second half of the high school football season. We've just about seen it all. From comebacks to some absolutely filthy moves. No, not those. So let's watch some guys take it in for 6. Because week 6 has arrived.
We're the highest homecoming court, and you're watching SportsZone Football Friday.
ABC 17 News SportsZone Football Friday, sponsored by Reese Nichols, starts now.
What's up, what's happening, and welcome into week 6 of SportsZone Football Friday. Alongside Natalie Jones, I am sports director Andrew Kaufman.
Well, Andrew, how about we start with some rivalry action? No matter the year or the team, Jefferson City and Hickman always seem to compete in it. Is Jay's head coach Damon Wells' first time experiencing this rivalry matchup on homecoming night. No less. Congratulations to the Queen and King, Gloria Nwoka and Nico Mosby. Let's go to the action now, though. Second quarter, tied up at 7. Hickman changes that. Dion Weston takes it in for the touchdown, 13-7 after the missed extra point. That kid's having a season. Jays looking to respond. David Bethune fakes everybody out, including me, unfortunately. Takes off to the races, though. Nobody can keep up. That's the story of his season. 1-point ball game in JC, 14-13. First half winding down. This is as interesting as it gets. 21-20 Jays, but Colvin Clark to Tiani Milo. A foot race. Jeff City spoils it for them. No, does take him down short of the end zone. That would result in a field goal, though. 23-21. Jays want to get one in for that guy, Pete Adkins, at the half. Bethune tried for the score, but Zach Wright says no. Huge tackle for loss, and Jays still led 24-23 at the half, but go on big to win it 66-31.
By the way, Pete Atkins can lift way more than I can, and he's in his 90s. Battle looking to bounce back after a loss last week, taking on Smith Cotton on the road. First quarter, Justin Goolsby connects with Trey Richardson, who also probably lifts more than me. Everyone lifts more than me these days. 23-yard touchdown. It's 6-0 after the missed extra point. Next battle drive, 4th and 9. No problem. Goolsby, a little pump fake now, finds Keelan Horn for the score.
That was beautiful.
It's 12-0. Battle out in front in Sedalia. Battle pouring it on. Goolsby now. A deep pass to the former Hickman QP, current Battle Spartan L.J. Williams. 82 yards. Battle wins big, 56-6.
Also, homecoming for Helias tonight. Congratulations to homecoming queen Olivia Bloomer as the Satyrs host Capital City. A little crosstown matchup here. First Cap City drive of the game, trying to get something going, but Nicholas Heisland says no. Stuffs Isaiah Franklin. That Helias defense is a brick wall. Crusader ball now. Drew Miller keeps it, punches it up the middle. That's a nice gain on the play. It's supposed to set him up pretty nicely, right? But Cap City, they want a stop. Hurley Jacobs does just that. Comes in like a train. Takes down Carson Bronner. Still no score, but not for long. This is the Helias offense. Bronner gets it into the land of 6, and a lot more of that tonight as the Satyrs shut out the Cavaliers 31-0.
It's the Highway 54 Bowl, 131st edition. Mexico taking on Fulton. First quarter, Mexico takes an early advantage. Short pass from quarterback Ty Sims to running back Anthony Shivers down the sideline. 35-yard gain before being pushed out. Later on, Mexico on offense. Sims hands it off, but Fulton linebacker Quade Grubb getting some grub there, bringing him down. A little later, Ty Sims back to pass to Matt McCurdy. Oh, but it's picked off by Walker Goring. A magnificent interception as it's homecoming. Nicely done. Not to be outdone, Mexico gets up to the end zone. Michael White finishes the job. Mexico takes the Highway 54 Bowl, spoils homecoming 35-14. That's 9 straight wins for the Bulldogs over the Hornets.
Scoreboard now, Rockbridge falls in a tough battle with Liberty 59-33. Camdenton all over Hillcrest tonight 54-9. Moberly gets win number 2 this year 26-0 over Marshall, and Kickapoo takes down Rolla 27-6.
Well, we've got lots more highlights coming up after the break. You'll want to find out if the Hallsville Indians can stay undefeated this season. That's right after this.
Within the conservatory, we have 4 different majors. We have a BFA in musical theater, a BFA in acting, a BFA in technical theater stage management, and a BFA in costume design. We've got faculty who've been on Broadway, faculty who've worked at some of the most prominent regional theaters. We are looking for a diverse group of artists to join us here at the Conservatory for the Performing Arts at Stevens College.
You plan for everything in life, except the only thing that's for certain. Is it time for a frank discussion with your loved ones about final arrangements? It pays to discuss the details and the price when your family's not under stress. At Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel, we're not big and corporate. You'll deal directly with our owners. Whether it's a traditional service or a simple cremation, count on Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel in Columbia, Carr Yeager Funeral Home in Fayette, and Markland Yeager Funeral Home in New Franklin for personalized service with dignity, care, and respect.
On the go, at home, or planning ahead, ABC 17 Storm Track Weather has your forecast covered.
Check the weather wherever you go with the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app.
Planning for the week ahead? ABC17news.com has the latest details on what we're tracking right now. And when severe weather threatens your safety, get live updates from me and the rest of the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather team.
Some more active weather starting to push across mid-Missouri.
On air, online, and on the go, ABC 17 Storm Track Weather has you covered.
Everyone is talking about Tamron Hall. And Tamron's talking to the people you're talking about. Exclusive interviews, trend-setting influencers, inspirational stories, and celebrity buzz.
All right.
Yes, come on now.
All this on Tamron Hall, Daytime Emmy winner for Outstanding Informative Talk Show Host.
Weekdays at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
The first hug, the first concert, the first game in a packed stadium. We've all got something we're looking forward to. Now, those moments are within reach. Vaccines offer a safe way to help us control the spread of COVID-19. All adults in Missouri are now eligible. Let's end this pandemic together.
Be the first to know about breaking news in your area with the ABC 17 News app. Just allow notifications in your phone settings and get the alert to stream raw, live coverage from the scene.
I'm going to step out of the frame just for a moment so you can really see what's going on.
No matter where you are, you'll know what's happening right now in our community and across the globe.
Some more breaking news.
Right now, crews are at the scene of a fire.
The most important stories in the palm of your hand.
ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
1, 2, 3.
Check it out. Did you attack him with a chainsaw?
No.
You choked on that one.
1, 2, 3.
I'm talking about fairness.
What?
I'm talking about justice.
Oh no. You're right. I know I'm right.
That's the sound
1, 2, 3.
of justice.
So your head's gonna fall off if you keep doing that.
Hot Bench.
Weekdays at 3 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
We're the Southern Moon Cheerleaders, and you're watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday.
For the last time the Hallsville Indians had a season like this was back in 2014 when the team went 4-0 through the start of that year.
But head coach Justin Conyers' group has that beat by 1. Now 5-0 this season, looking for number 6 tonight. The Indians were up against Southern Boone tonight. It's homecoming for the Eagles, but things got a little messy in a hurry, and I'm not just talking about all the mud out there and in my soggy shoes, of course. First Hallsville drive of the game. Lucas Hewlett with a long touchdown run for Hallsville. Indians take a commanding 8-0 lead after the 2-point try. I say commanding because things really got commanding. After another Indian touchdown, Soboko ball. We've got ourselves an interception. Jack March comes up with the INT. Hallsville would add another score on the ensuing drive. Nothing anyone could do, not even the chicken, about the Hallsville attack. Second quarter, it's Tiger Cobb. One of his 2 second quarter scores that made it 36-0. Touchdown. That's correct. The Hallsville fans fired up. Just before halftime, Cobb, how about a throw to his main target, A.J. Austin? What a connection. Hallsville was up 46-0 at the break. But now time for some homecoming royalty. Congratulations to Southern Moon's Jersey Wren, multi-sport athlete, for winning Homecoming Queen, and Tate John for winning Homecoming King, also a multi-sport athlete. Nice moment there, but Hallsville wins big, 46-6.
Boonville hosting Osage tonight, and look at that. A beautiful sky. A beautiful view for Boonville. Beautiful night for Boonville. First quarter, Osage QB Brockton McLaughlin rolls out to the near side, then does his best Patrick Mahomes impression. Takes it and scores the first points of the game, and Osage is out 6-0. But as the rest of the league has found out, the Pirates can score quickly. DeJuan Lomax takes it 55 yards for his first TD of the night. He had 3 in the first half. Boonville leads 7-6. Brockton McLaughlin looking to get Osage inside the end zone. It's going to be picked off, though. Jamison McKee. And how about this? He takes the snap. 60 yards. Pirates inside the 10. And Boonville goes on to win this one 58-28.
Well, just a few weeks ago, Boonville beat Blair Oaks. Tonight, the Falcons back at home facing Eldon. Head coach Ted LePage was honored before the game as the 2020 Football Coach of the Year by Misha. He's been on a heck of a run. First play from scrimmage, the Falcon offense wasting no time. Dylan Air to Nick Klosser, coasting to the end zone for 6. Blair Oaks takes the 8-0 lead, just like his jersey, 8-0. First Eldon drive, the Mustangs answer right back. Bryce Beach, hard to stop on the ground. Takes the handoff and bounces outside. We're all tied up at 8 apiece. That is a big boy, folks. Still in the first, Eldon had no answers for the Hare to Joseph Wild. Pulling it down, bringing the Falcons back into Eldon territory. Next play, Hare can beat you with his arm. He can also beat you with the legs. Look at the little juke move into the end zone. Falcons were on top then, just 15-8, but they win this one 71-36.
Scoreboard now, Centralia dominates Highland 40-6. Fayette doubles up on Paris 60-30. Lincoln gets the win over Slater 52-34. Cole Camp takes down Tipton 46-7. Western gets a win over Scotland County 22-12. Bowling Green goes big over North Callaway 56-6. And Brookfield gets a close one over Monroe City 14-6. Well, we have quite a few schools off to historic starts this season, and that includes the Harrisburg Bulldogs.
That's right. Head coach Steve Hopkins' group is off to its first 5-0 start in program history. Looking for more tonight. Beautiful October sky in Harrisburg. It's October now, folks. I had to remind myself. First quarter as Harrisburg taking on Russellville. Some big offense here. There's a wide receiver, Jace Carr, getting his feet in bounds. Nicely done. This would lead to a Tanner Lanes. Staying in his lane is Tanner Lanes. In for 6. Bulldogs would get the 2-point try, taking the lead 8-0. In the second quarter we go. Bulldogs running back Gavin Curtis. As we're just going to appreciate this touchdown.
The fans appreciate it,
Everyone appreciates it. Where's Gavin Curtis? There he is. Gavin into the end zone. Rumbling, stumbling, tumbling. In for 6. And we're going to appreciate his touchdown as well.
We got to give everybody some love, including Coach. Come on.
There's Coach. Later in the second quarter, Bulldogs would score one last time before the half as Anthony Alicia puts it in 6-point land. Harrisburg goes on to win big 46-6. The Bulldogs are 6-0. What a start.
Kalen Kruger and the Pintos taking on Versailles, California, looking to bounce back after falling to Boonville last week. Early third quarter, California up 22-12. Pintos defense starts it strong, though. Aiden Bryant picks off Adam Radcliffe. That would set up a California touchdown, 29-12 Pintos lead. Later in the third, Versailles begins the comeback. Radcliffe finds Reese Murdoch on the slants. He's taking it all the way to the red zone. They rob him of the touchdown, though. Tigers are in business. 4th and goal now. Pinto's looking for the stop, but Tyrus Allison into the end zone for the score. Versailles adds a 2-pointer to cut the deficit to 9. Next California possession, Kruger's pass picked off. Cole Viebruck takes it all the way to the house. We have a pick 6. Versailles would go on to lead for most of the 4th, but California would score a touchdown with 30 to go and win 43-40.
Wow, what a game that was. Tolton on the road against Salisbury. First quarter straight to the action. Salisbury gets on the board first, 4th and 4. Grant Beer deep to Gabe Haynes, brings in a long touchdown. Panthers on the board first. It's 6-0 out of the gates. Second quarter, though, Tolton coming back. Quarterback Jonah Liebeck Brown finds Julian McCoy, who does the rest. Look at him go all the way into the end zone to tie things up. Blazers would not look back. Just before halftime, Tolton's Liebeck Brown to James Lee. This was our play of the week connection last week. Another nice play here. This one more so for Lee. Getting into the end zone with just 11 seconds to go. Blazers will not look back, as I said, going to win it 28-22. Blazers are 4-1.
Louisiana shuts out MMA 65-0. Macon gets it done over South Shelby 42-26. St. Clair takes down St. James 28-8. Sullivan over Herman 32-7. Cuba falls to Sweet Springs 48-22. South Callaway shuts out Vanfar 35-0. And Mark Twain puts up 50 on Wright City 52-7.